last episode, final episode of the Vintage Habits podcast. Season 3 will be coming soon, January sometime. If you stay up to date, you will get the exact time on that. But welcome. Before we start this podcast, you guys don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. Obviously, subscribe to the make sure you go check us out on Spotify, Instagram, all that good stuff. And if you want to enter in a Supreme giveaway,
right,
Supreme box logo hoodie giveaway, which I am giving away personally, all you have to do to enter is subscribe to the YouTube channel and to subscribe to my personal Instagram. Screenshot me that you did both, and you are entered into the contest. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for Christmas. I'm going to announce the winners in probably about 2 weeks when the Christmas special comes out. Anywho, minding all of that. Also, before I forget, shout out Archive Club for sending me this hoodie. Go check out my boy Dev. He just dropped a brand. He just dropped these hoodies with mad colorways. They're super fire. Make sure to go check them out. Let's get into this episode. Okay, what's going on?
Man.
Tell me about it.
Let's just go off like this.
Let's go off of how your day started. Okay.
My day?
I'll start with my day. All right. So I woke up at like 7:50, yeah, and I didn't know what to wear really, so I just threw on like my basic varsity jacket, mad long cargo pants, mad long varsity jacket, like super oversized. I just threw on my blazers, and as I'm heading out of the crib, my girl called me. She left her keys in my car. She lives 15 minutes away. School starts at 8:45. It's like 8 o'clock. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. Gotta go there. Come back, whatever. So man, I'm whipping it at 8 o'clock in the morning to get her keys. And you know, Julia traffic, it's some bullshit. Right. So, no, we whipping it. I get there, come back, drop her keys off, come back to the crib. Somehow she got in front of me. Somehow she got in front of me because all I did was drop off the keys and dip. So somehow she got in front of me. But no, I dropped off the keys, got into school at 8:44. Mission impossible, clutch time. After that,
That's crazy.
We went to second block, I think. First block, went to first block, did my thing there. Did we have a second? What block did we stay in mad long for?
No, not today. We didn't have one. It was normal.
Oh, that was yesterday. Yeah. Normal block schedule, right. So, second block was whatever. Teacher was tripping, whatever. Third block got assigned 2 different projects due next Wednesday. And so, yeah, day was pretty chill. Besides that, I got some stuff drawn on my hand. Shout out my girl, obviously, drawing me some fire skeleton hands. I low-key think about getting a tattoo like this, but I'm too scared of permanent stuff. So.
Don't do it.
Shout out Eve.
Devin,
nah, but it was cool. So, yeah, that was my day so far. Chilling right now, doing the podcast in some pajamas. Tell us about yours.
Well, woke up this morning. I was on time. I was straight. Actually, nah. I'm gonna give you the full authentic version. So earlier this week, Tuesday probably, we found out that it was a mouse in the house. Right, and this isn't the first time that I've heard it, but this was the first time that I've seen it. So every time that, my brothers and sisters would come to my room and be like, it's a mouse. I'm like, man, ain't no mouse in the house.
Right.
Like, y'all just tripping.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, my mama was all panicked and freaked out. And I'm like, bro, I ain't even singing it yet. So I'm still like, you know that feeling like, bro, it ain't even real. Y'all just hearing tripping.
Right, y'all just tripping, yeah.
So, we moving stuff out of the closet and stuff. And it ain't got so bad to where, like, my granddaddy had to come over there and everything. So, he moving stuff and everything. And we moving stuff out of her closet, and the mouse came, and it ran out And he tried to jump on me.
How big was his mouth?
Like, he had to been like his big. And he tried, and I was like, like I turned into like MJ from the free throw line, like hurdled everybody and was like, yeah, nah, I'm not going for that.
Right.
And so this is the first time I actually seen it. And so we ended up running out of the room. So like 30 minutes go by us looking for it, and we ended up finding it again, but it ended up like getting in between like this gap in between the dishwasher and the sink.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of stuck there for a while, right?
Okay.
So think from like Tuesday, I ain't seen nothing, but I've been skeptical of every place that I went to around the house, the bathroom, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Some nights I wouldn't even go piss in the bathroom. I would go piss outside. And so, this morning, I woke up at like 5 o'clock, parched. Like, bro, I'm thirsty. And the one thing that came to my mind was like, bro, if that mouse come up on me while I'm dead asleep and I'm just trying to get some water, I'm going to be so pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look and see what time it was. It was 5 o'clock. I open up the door, and the mouse trap, there he go. And I'm looking at it, and it's looking at me, and I'm like, okay, no, went back there, got my brother. So that was the start of my day.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, you know, I left the crib, got out of there, drove here. Now, the crazy thing is that you just said that you got in at 8:44?
Yeah, 8:44.
I got in probably at like the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I left the house at like, this is the record time, record time right here. Think about from where my crib is
right
to the school,
and
I left at 8:30. Traffic and everything through Green Hill and all of that. Had to go get gas and everything.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Like at peak time, like the little back roads, that little back stretch.
Right.
But I had to do like 60.
Impressive.
I had to do like 60 down there.
Oh, that's impressive.
So, but yeah, aside from that, they been cool. Exit interview went through.
Yeah,
you know,
yes sir.
It was decent.
I did, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I had mine Tuesday. I didn't even dress up. I did not even dress up for it. I was prepared.
I mean,
but like, cause my thing is like, why do interviews have to be formal now? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to? If you're hiring me based on my skill, my ability,
not my appearance,
or not the way I speak, or not something of that nature, right? So I feel like, you know, we should normalize not having to dress up for an interview. You know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't be. I wouldn't say be something that it shouldn't be like professionally
formal.
Like,
what is semi-formal?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, why is that a thing that? Why should I have to dress up for now? Because look at it in reality, man. Like, you can have the bummiest dressing person, can do this way better job than somebody who dress up for, you know, in a suit and tie. You know what I'm saying? Think about it like that. And it's just like, I mean, if we're being honest, nowadays more people make money off of, you know, social media and being themselves than they do in a corporate job.
But here's the thing: there's pros and cons to that.
Tell me what you think.
The pros would be, now you have a company that can, you know, decipher the appearance between, you know, a good person, or I won't even say a good person, a good worker and a bad worker based off personality and not appearance, which is good, because, you know, it's crazy stuff like, you know, like the amount of stuff that we can't wear at work.
Now,
like, due to like our own nature.
Okay,
like
okay. This is what no. What I'm saying is that we should normalize the fact of going into an interview expecting to be dressed up. What I think we should do. I mean, you know, work attire is work attire. You can't change anything about that.
No, not work attire. Not like that. But like the fact that, you know, dreads,
locks,
nails,
right, exactly. That shouldn't
stuff
be,
like that.
If it's an interview, you know, you tell me what I need to do when I'm out while I'm working.
Right.
While I'm at the interview, don't tell me how to dress. Don't tell me how I should talk. Don't tell. You know what I'm saying?
But like, just today, I just learned that females gotta have if they get their nails done right,
Uh-huh.
and you know how much a female's nails cost, right?
Right.
I just found out that in some jobs, if you don't use white or nude, you got to take them off.
That's while working. See, that's while working. I can understand that because that's like a while working job for customers. What my thing is,
But their nails.
Here's my thing. It is what it is. Here's my thing. Going up to the interview, if I'm dressing, you should dress how you be able to want to dress. You should have your hair how you want to be able to have your hair, whatever. Because the job is hiring you based off of you.
But you also have to remember, your first impression is your best impression.
And my first impression is going to be me. I'm not going to make my first impression super good, and then when I get to the job, it's completely different from the interview.
But you also have to understand.
I want to keep consistency.
You also have to understand.
And that shouldn't be, and the consistency shouldn't be based off of how it's dressed.
But it varies, though, depending on what you're shooting for. Because you could be shooting something for very corporate, and you have to dress up to that attire to meet the standard. But then you could dress up for something like, say we were going for a fashion apparel, or, you know, we going up to go do an interview with Nike or something like that.
I disagree, man. I disagree. Because if I'm at a corporate job, I'm talking about the interview, not while I'm working there.
Yeah, this is at the interview.
At the interview, I shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah,
I want to be myself.
I don't know. You can be yourself, but you gotta flex the rules.
Now there is professionalism. There's things that I can and can't say, or things that I won't mention. But my attire, aka my appearance, shouldn't be determined. Because what if I go into an interview and they're like, "You can't have locks"? I'm not gonna change my hair to get this job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be judged based off of clothing or anything like that. Now, obviously, stereotypes are going to be stereotypes. Things are going to be things. That's always how it's going to be. But I just think normalizing not having to dress up for an interview should be normalized.
Okay, look at it from this perspective, though. You got a brand.
Right. Okay.
You know how we dress.
Right. And that stands out to me. If I'm interviewing somebody and everybody else comes in a suit and tie, and then this person comes in dressing how they want to dress, that's going to attract me because it's going to be like they're bold, they're standoutish. You know what I'm saying? They're breaking the rules. Those are the type of people I'm looking for.
Right.
You know, I don't know anybody else. You might be looking for the same person. But if you definitely want to stand out in an interview, I think you should be dressed how you want to dress.
But in that case, it's like, okay, so say we trying to get hired on somebody's brand, right? Say it's like a formal company. They do a lot of behind the computer work.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
The CEO of this company has already established the attire for it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, we can try and normalize it, but at the same time, though, you also have to remember that a lot of these interviews are always going to be watched. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's not more so of how the boss looks at you. It's more of how other companies look at you as a company. Mm-hmm. So if they see people, yeah, you could be yourself, but at the same time, we in a world where it's ran by money-hungry people that only see what they see works. Mm-hmm. So if they see me and you going to, like, you know, a interview for like AT&T or something, and we working behind the desk jobs and we ain't got no suit on, they gonna immediately say, yeah, we can't hire you. You could tell me all these attributes and stuff like that.
I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I do too, don't get me wrong. But we in a world where, you know, it's a very headstrong.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, stereotypes are gonna be stereotypes. What it is. But I just don't think it should be allowed. It shouldn't be something that is something, you know. It shouldn't be something that's such a big deal.
Oh no, it sways. It varies. It varies.
So yeah, but I forgot to mention something. So I want to first off say before I forget, rest in peace, Virgil Abloh. Passed away on the 28th, sadly. But I did a project on him, Off-White rather, not Virgil, Off-White. So it was a bunch of stuff that I learned while doing the project, and a bunch of stuff that I already knew. But excuse me. Apparently, Mans had he had started a couple of brands. He had Pyrex, and then he had another brand before Pyrex. But he was working with Kanye way before I thought. He was working with dude back in 2004, 2005. And he actually skipped his graduation to meet Kanye, which is an interesting fact I learned. But yeah, him and Kanye worked mad close, and they almost split up because Kanye wanted creative director of Louis Vuitton, and Virgil got it. And so it was. I found a whole bunch of other stuff, man. It was crazy. Um, in particularly, I didn't like his ready to wear stuff, like the stuff that you could buy. I did like his collections and shows though. So the stuff that you couldn't buy, the one of one pieces, the hatu couture, or however you say it, couture, the couture that you couldn't buy. I did really like those pieces. So I was just reviewing it in class, and I mean, people find it interesting. I think for the most part, but I mean, it's very specific lane fashion wise to be, people dress good, but you got to when you start getting deeper and deeper into it, it starts breaking down the specifics. So, but I think for the most part, people found it pretty interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to say that before I forgot, since we were talking about fashion. Moving on to another thing. We got a long episode for y'all today. Moving on to another thing. I don't even know what I wanted to get into first. Since we're going to the controversial path, since we're starting that, let's cut deep. Kyle Rittenhouse got released off of all charges because of... I want to say this first because I actually had some stuff with this. And I'm going to come out and say it. So this is Vince Chavez Podcast, as y'all know. And if you don't like what we speak about on the Vince Chavez Podcast, you can go listen to another podcast because I don't give a fuck. Right. I'm going to say what I want to say on my podcast.
Right.
Our political views are whatever views are going to be put out there. You can put in the comments, this is what I agree with, this is what I don't agree with, whatever. How you feel, how you feel. How we feel is how we feel.
Right.
Anyway, going into this conversation, Kyle Rittenhouse got released off of all charges. As some of you may know or may not know, he killed 3 people, I believe. Or 2 people are injured, one, something like that. I don't know all the details of the case. But, he killed some people at 17 with a armed rifle, which in the first place is illegal, which was just ignored, just thrown out. But he killed people and then tried to claim it as self-defense as he was protecting people's land, right? Which is like the dumbest, I feel like, excuse for murdering someone. And they tried to use the law. The attorneys, his lawyers tried to use the law and say, in fact, that he was protecting people's land and he had the right to protect these people's land who didn't even know who he was, because it was a riot or it was madness and no one knew what was going on. So he killed these people. Now, here's what I will say. Now, was I there? No. Do I particularly know what exactly happened? No, I don't. None of us do. What I will say, though, is based off watching the court case that I did and the evidence that was provided, I think he should have served time for what he did. I can't say how much, but it really just proved to you how corrupt the court system is to get off on all charges.
It really does. I mean, it's just kind of like, in that situation, I mean, in that situation, honestly, like, towards the world, if you see otherwise, you just to choose a better word, you just being oblivious to the situation, basically. Right. That's basically what you're doing. You just not trying to see what's really there, and you want to see what you want to see, because after watching the videos and looking at bits and pieces of the court case, it's sickening at the fact that, the court system is clearly trying to prove something that's blatantly there and trying to make it seem like it's otherwise. We all know what it was. Everybody else seen it, and it's no like you. There's no reason for it. Everybody that's watched it, seen it, or even listened to it, you can tell that this was a money thing.
Mm-hmm.
People were tipped off. People were paid enough to, and it happens. It happens. You got money. Money is the root of all evil, and everybody gonna do something if they getting some piece of it. Ain't no way he should have got off that easy. With a clean slate, no probation, no nothing. You basically just walked away with a couple of bodies and, basically got away with it.
But like you said, it happens, I mean, look at O.J. Simpson, look at all the other stuff. And then just look at it on the other side, all the people that are falsely accused. So it's definitely something that should, I think be worked on. It's not fair, but I mean.
But honestly, I don't even think the court system is really fixable. Honestly, it's so far corrupt that the best you could do is just stay out of it.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. It's sad. The other case that we're looking at is Ahmaud Arbery, who got shot, which was crazy. That what the defense was saying was, she was like, oh, he had to hide his.
Wait, who?
The defense of
the Car Rittenhouse case?
Ahmaud Arbery. Ahmaud Arbery was the guy who was shot in Alabama.
Oh, with the horse and stuff? I mean, not
the two
horse. The truck?
The trucks. Yeah, so he was shot, and the DA, hit a whole bunch of information, whatever. But, the defense was they was he had crusty, dirty toenails and feet or something like that. And he was breaking the law. Basically, what they were trying to say, their whole defense was that it was a citizen's arrest. So he needed to die? He was running away. He put his hands up when they pointed a gun at him, a shotgun, and they shot him in the chest. And they were like, well, we told him to slow down and stop. And then he had his hands up like he was going to hit us, so we shot him. Bro, if a gun is pointed at you, isn't your natural reaction going to be to be able to put your hands up?
Here's my thing. Every time I hear stuff like that, it don't make me think of the only thing that I think of is that, what if we bring the Black Panthers back? Straight up.
Interesting.
Do it just like how Malcolm X did, riding around the police with AR-15s in the car and everything, knowing that everybody got a license to them and everybody can be searched and everything, and they're going to have to give us our right back to position. And instead of being followed by the cops, follow the cops and watch and see if they do their job the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. It's honestly stuff like people don't understand that, the stuff that we go through as young black men. Yeah. They don't understand that. And it's eye-opening once you really find out about it as a black kid. It's kind of like, okay, y'all really didn't know nothing about this.
Right.
The first time I think I really learned about it was when I first started driving.
Uh-huh.
And people was like, yeah, I got this, that, and the third. I'm doing 85 and a 45.
Mm-hmm.
Or 90 and a 30. I done seen it get up to that high. And they'll be like, yeah, they let me off because I told them this, that, and the third, whether if it was a lie or the truth or not. I'm like, dude, they let y'all off.
Right, yeah.
If we get pulled over for the least amount of stuff and get most amount of stuff.
Right, me and my girl watched a movie, Queen and Slim, but you should check it out. Have you seen it?
I've seen.
We saw two movies. We saw Get Out, and then we saw Queen and Slim. And Get Out was nice. Shout out Jordan Peele. Amazing movie, amazing film. But we saw Queen and Slim, and it really gave her the perspective of just the struggles in the African American community that we go through daily, every single day it happens. And it's sad, it's sad. And then I'm going to mention this on the podcast. I'm not going to put out her name, but it was a shorty. And it made me think. It truly made me think for a while, because I like to put people's perspectives into consideration. I think that's fair. But I'm going to mention it on the podcast. She told me, black people racism wouldn't be such a thing if black people didn't make it a thing. And I thought about this, right? I considered it because I was like, I'm not just gonna blame her. She's not racist. She's not. She's I believe she's mixed, actually, not with black, but something, whatever, Native American, Hispanic, whatever it may be. I believe she's mixed, but I put it into perspective and I thought about it and I think she's wrong completely. Here's my thing. So I'm gonna be careful with the words I say. I saw this thing the other day, and it was like, white people really thought that like after slavery, black people were just like, we forgive you. yeah. Like, we forgive you. Like, nah, man.
Or here's my favorite one. I swear, you weren't there, so why do you care so much about it?
What was the dude saying? Y'all, we fought for our land and all this other stuff.
This, then, the third,
yeah,
like,
man, I'm just gonna say this. It was a lot of hurt, and if I'm being honest, I feel like black people in general were very generous with how we accepted it, and we tried to move. I'm not gonna speak for general people. I'm not gonna speak for everyone. I've tried to move on from it. I don't try to let it affect me because I feel like racism is such a big thing at this point, and that it should just be moved on. I feel like there are people on both sides still holding on to the fact, right? Still holding on to the fact. Right. Moving on to another topic. I don't know. Season 2 wrapped up. 6 months podcast. Pretty cray, man. Pretty cray, man. Pretty 6 months.
Really
Can you imagine 6 months ago we were doing the first episode? That's crazy.
We're halfway to a year.
Yeah. Round of applause.
For real.
Spider-Man movie comes out soon. Excited for that.
Before we jump into any topics, I just want to let you know this so that you know. The amount of support that me and you get around the school that we don't know about, that's not from
Shout
students.
out to everybody at the school. I did want to say that.
That's not from students. Because don't get me wrong, the ones from students, we praise y'all.
Shout out to the students. The teachers?
The
staff?
Y'all be clutch. Because sometimes y'all be promoting. Like, for real.
The stickers. We got to get them stickers back up.
20 stickers. I feel like we should, we should probably have something bigger.
I want to invest back into some stickers.
Because that was pretty crazy.
That was crazy that first week. I'm thinking about doing a break when we come back. Mm-hmm. So I got to order a bunch more, but I definitely want to do the stickers again. So shout out all the support. I'm so appreciative of y'all. Like, I don't even understand.
Like Miss Tone made it known.
I just want to acknowledge some achievements that we went through. Season 2 alone, you know what I'm saying? 300 subs. We started off with nothing. 1K. We hit 1K on a video.
1K on a video.
Views on a video.
1K
we had 3 guests. We had several guests coming in. New guests, old guests. You know what I'm saying? Sponsorships.
Yeah.
We still got that. Shout out Vintage Jordy. Remember, y'all can still use that VHP code. Get your free jewelry, or not free jewelry, 15% off your jewelry. I wish it was free jewelry.
Man.
But hey, look, I'm saying, man, we came a long way from nothing. 1K on the TikTok as far as followers go. We're growing on there every single day. We're bumping. I'm almost at 50,000 I'm almost at 60,000 on my main account.
You know what's crazy?
So we've been growing, and I appreciate everyone so
For
much.
real.
So
For
much.
real. And you know what's crazy,
What's
bro?
that?
If I can, I found it.
What's that?
As of February 8th of 2020, 9:56 p.m., this dream became something. So serious. This is the same night me and you had a conversation on the phone. We was on the phone for like 4 or 5 hours that night. And that was the original post right there.
You got it. Let me see that.
Me and JB starting a podcast. Soon. Be ready and tune in because we got something to hear.
What?
So for real.
Wow.
That's the original post.
Wow.
This is the first post from the first season that ever started.
Like 2-3 months later, look where we're at.
So
That.
I mean, you think about it. We've been doing this for a while,
Minute.
a real long while.
Minute, and we're not even done. We're not even done. Season 3
No
is gonna
ending.
come up. Literally, I want 1K. I'm manifesting this. I want 1K at. We back. Sorry, we had a little intermission there. Sorry, you couldn't hear me. Mike's here. Sorry, we're back. We had a little intermission. Camera's about to die, so unfortunately we got to cut it short. But like you said, we want to thank everyone.
Truly.
We appreciate y'all. Season 3 coming soon. We got the Christmas special coming soon, so that's more content for y'all. And we're just gonna I want to generally drop more content over this break from season 2 to 3, the transition. I want more accomplishments. I want 1K. I want a whole bunch of other things that I'm gonna work incredibly hard for. So if y'all are in it with me, then be in it with me. If you're not, then don't. But like I said, I appreciate all the support. Make sure y'all go check out the merch shop. Make sure y'all go check out the Patreon for exclusive content that I will be dropping. I promise I haven't dropped anything on there in like a minute. I'm going to drop some content on there. Like I said, y'all can enter the Supreme Box Logo T giveaway. It's a large, I believe. All you have to do to enter is, like I said, follow us on TikTok, subscribe to YouTube, follow me on the personal page, screenshot me all those 3 steps, and you're entered. Shout out all the guests that we had. Shout out all the support. Shout out all the staff. Shout out Jeremiah, co-host. Season 3, got more things coming. Make sure y'all tune in for the Christmas special episode that we're going to have. It's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. What you got to say?
Man, shouts out to y'all, for real. I mean, y'all the only ones that's really out here making it happen. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be where we was at and had the motivation that we doing to really push for what we want.
Facts.
So the best I could do is really say thank y'all, but my thing is that if y'all want to see more, y'all want to be, more involved and see more content and do the things, we gonna definitely push and do what we do, but y'all gotta push, give us that extra little shove. That way we can make moves happen. We gotta know what y'all want. We gotta see what y'all like literally. If y'all want us to go worldwide and talk about the things and be on the podcast and do this and get involved, involved, subscribe. For real, it ain't nothing but one click and a fat red button.
Facts. Okay. That's facts. All right, we love y'all. I'll see y'all in season 3. I'll see y'all in the Christmas episode, but I'll also see y'all in season 3. If you're on the Patreon, I got content for y'all. I promise. I will see y'all in season 3, or the next season rather. I love y'all so much. Thank you and goodbye.